Operation Slateweaver is my adaptation of Marty Kaplan's 2008 scenario, A Cult on the Couch. I wanted to experiment drawing some friends in action on a Delta Green session. They used 2 pre-made characters from a group of 5. Geo chose Traherne Spectre, codenamed Searchlight. He's an occult expert who teaches at Miskatonic University in Arkham, Massachusetts. Ryu went with Desmond Van de Kamp, codenamed Greenpeace, a federal agent who works for the Bureau of Diplomatic Security. December 31st, 2016, 4 p.m. Saturday. Rapid City, South Dakota. Desmond and Traherne have traced the whereabouts of a kidnapper to a rural residence in South Dakota. Traherne, this kidnapper is also a thief. He stole a pearl of some great value that your boss at Miskatonic University wants back. Desmond, you want this kidnapper because the person he took was under your team's protection. The only way he could have gotten past your team at the time of the crime was to walk through the walls. You don't know how this maniac did it, and don't care right now. You just want to know where the hostage is. The 2 of you have already called in the criminal's location, but it'll take time for the police to arrive. You pull your unmarked SUV up to the 1-story house where you do know the kidnapper is, and suspect his hostage is as well. What do you do? This is the introduction of your characters. This is not actually the mission. This is how you two know each other. Unmarked SUV. The 2 of you are in the front seats. You're in South Dakota, it's wintertime. 1-story house out in the boonies. There's frosted grass, some broken fences. It looks like an old, trashy old place. What is your
Are looking at the place? Alright, so this is just us looking at the place and having first thoughts of it,
Yeah.
Is it boarded up or is it like
Nope, it's not
it just
boarded
looks
up.
like a regular window? Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like a cabin or a shack if you go out in the middle of nowhere.
I'm gonna actually just search the perimeter, make
Take
sure
a
if
walk
there are
around?
dogs.
Okay.
Are there let's check the back real quick.
Checking windows, see what I can see. I
No,
think we
let's
can
split
split up.
You want to split together?
Yeah, we can split up.
Let's split? Okay. Sure.
Cover more ground faster.
Is that a good idea? Look at this house. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, did you see the movie?
I didn't see the movie, but I understand the concept.
Okay,
But-
well, since you didn't see the movie, we're sticking together.
But we're not helpless either.
We're not helpless, but the fact of the matter is you can get caught off guard if someone's not watching your back by a chainsaw cannibal.
Okay, fine. We'll go together.
Say this is the house, and your SUV is here, and you guys are walking up. Okay, and then so you start going clockwise. The wood is very old. Some of the paint is cracking and peeling. The windows are dirty. It looks like there's pollen on it. It hasn't been cleaned in a while. You can see that it's dark inside. There's a kitchen, and but there's no lights on. There's no movement. And then so when you get here, you hear this sound that sounds like coming from this area, but you guys are here, and you hear this, and then all of a sudden, like somebody's running.
I'm going to basically turn around and take a view and make sure no one's actually running from the house.
Okay.
I'm gonna run to the front door and kick it in.
The 2 of you, and you round here, you see way in this corner, you didn't even hear the door open or anything, but for some reason there's a guy in a tank top and jeans and everything, and he's sagging, and he's running over here, hauling ass. Now tell me your next action.
I'm going to run after him and tackle him.
Okay, this will be you, and you're in pursuit.
Can I actually try to wrangle the door to see if it's locked or whatever?
I will have to get back to you in a second,
Okay.
because but right now you are wriggling the door. Greenpeace, I need you to give me a Constitution check, and to do that, bring up the first page of your character.
This is 31.
31. So is that that's passed? Okay, you have all this gear on you, and you're hauling ass, and you have no problem. You're not tired or anything. You're totally confident that you're going to catch up with this guy. Now I need you to look at your athletics and give me an athletics check.
32.
30 athletics, but you got a 32. You're running after him and you're closing in, but you snag your foot. You snag your foot on a rock, but you still tackled him though. He is tumbling and rolling, and he stops just 2 feet ahead of you. So you're on your stomach, and he's on his side groaning.
Well, I'm going to roll on my back and point my M4 at him and tell him to freeze.
Okay, don't shoot. He's Mexican, tank top, jeans, sagging. His grill is messed up. He looks like a drug addict.
Okay, so
But Greenpeace finds this kind of strange because, how did this guy get past my team?
Exactly.
He's a piece of shit, and we're like well-trained soldiers. Oh, by the way, your team has never lost anybody.
Ever.
Nobody's
until
ever.
now.
Yeah, until now. We'll pause there for you. Now you jiggle the door. It's locked.
Okay.
Roll an alertness check for me.
Oh,
What'd you get?
66.
not a damn thing. Out of 20.
You don't hear anything. You don't see anything. What do you want to do? The door's locked.
I'm just gonna kick the door.
Okay. No strength check needed. The door is weak. It flies open and slams up against the wall.
I'm gonna walk in.
You go inside, and it's a living room. There's some moth-eaten couches, a busted TV. It's one of the tube TVs. It isn't even like flat screened, and it's busted. Looks like nobody's lived here for a long, long time. Dusty
Electricity?
table. You turn on the light switches, on and off. Nothing.
I'm gonna keep walking in.
Okay, the closest room that you encounter is the kitchen. Kitchen's dusty, unused, some broken plates, even broken plates in the stove. Give me another awareness check. Or alertness, sorry.
Damn, 61.
61, okay, still nothing. Now we have to pause here. Now, back to you. Got your weapon pointed at this guy. He's now on his side, he's cringing. Don't shoot me, don't shoot. He's kind of drooling now, though.
Drooling.
It's got this kind of terrified look. You have this feeling that it's not even your weapon or you that's causing this fear inside of him. He's just terrified for some other reason.
I'm gonna look around, make sure there's nothing that I'm missing, like not someone else around, and I'm gonna go and cuff him.
Nobody else is around. A few trees and saplings. Everything else is just frost-covered grass, brown, dying, and dirt. So you restrain this guy and cuff him. He says this weird thing to you. Kazumatao and Satis Planad. And then he's shaking like this uncontrollably. He's not even looking at you anymore. He's kind of looking at the sky.
Spectre, this guy just said something weird, and I repeat it back to him.
Spectre, I need you to make an occult check.
47.
You recognize that phrase from an old mythology book that you studied. And it has something to do with the reverence of knowledge. You're compelled to go into the den area and search the bookcase. And lo and behold, you do find the same book that you studied a long time ago. You get this idea to try and maybe open it or check it out. But as soon as you pull on this, the bookshelf collapses to the ground and slowly jars off to the left side.
I'm gonna have my gun drawn, sidestep to make sure the wallet, until it does its thing.
What you find is this blonde girl. She is gagged. She's quietly moaning. You could barely hear her making a sound, like she's really sad about it, that she wants to cry but she can't. She's tied to a chair. There's these black smatterings up against the wooden wall behind her.
Bile?
They look like ritualistic.
Like bile?
No, it's more tar-like.
Oh, okay.
And there's also like a more tar-like weird smatterings on the ground that look like they could have...
Do I recognize any of this? Is it like
no,
Egyptian, Sumerian, gibberish?
No, this is totally unlike anything you've ever seen before.
I'm gonna look for the jewel for a second.
Give me a search.
32.
Hanging to the side of her are clothes that look like an adult man. When you're searching these clothes, you notice that there's hidden pockets on some of them. Mm-hmm. The hidden pockets are empty on these clothes. Greenpeace, what do you want to do with your captive?
I'm going to try to stand him up and walk him back to the shack.
Okay, that is not a problem for you. He is not resistant. He stumbles a bit, but he's terrified. But he's not to the point where he's a danger to you or anything. So you make it back to the house. You're basically with Spectre right now. You recognize the girl tied to the chair. You're relieved that she's okay, but she's still tied and gagged. There is no chair or no place for your captain to sit. The room is empty with some rubbish all around, but no furnishings or anything.
Okay, I'm gonna just have him sit on the floor then.
Okay. He complies. He's still shaking, but he's sitting cross-legged and, totally out of it.
Can I actually use my phone and take pictures of the symbols?
Yeah.
Click, 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 panoramic.
Okay. Now, are you going to store that, or are you just going to send it somewhere, or are you just going to...
Yeah, I'm just going to store it. Like, send it off to the Dropbox so, like, if anything happens, somebody else has access to it, like, from the company or whatever, my boss or whatever can look at it. And then I'm going to send a text. Check the Dropbox. Tell me what you think. She has a gag in her mouth?
Yeah.
Can I take that off of her?
Sure.
Okay.
So you do that, but she's
Does it
still
look like a
high.
pearl?
No, no pearls. Nothing. There's no objects in her mouth.
Okay, I'm going to throw it.
I'm gonna cut her loose.
She sees him, right? Because he's there.
Yeah, but she's out of it. She seems like she hasn't eaten or had a drink of water in days. She's very malnutritious and that's not hallucinating, but out of it.
Delirious. Can I give her an energy bar?
Yeah, you can give it to her.
I know I have a few of them, so I'm like maybe one. And she looks hungry, so I'm gonna say, "Hey, sweetheart, you might want to take a bite. Just please."
She's weak, but she very slowly takes a bite of the energy bar, and she leans her head on your shoulder and clings to your neck as she's chewing. And you can see
holding her
tears.
up.
Yeah, you can see tears coming down, but she's too weak to cry. But you can tell she wants to cry. Right.
Right. So I'm gonna be like, "Who's this girl to you?" Like,
she's someone that my team was supposed to protect, but I don't know how. But she got taken.
We're gonna have to put him in the trunk, and then put her in the back seat.
In the trunk.
Is that okay with you?
I'm sure. Why not? I don't care. Keep her away from him.
Okay.
Why would
But it's an
PTSD?
SUV. It's an SUV. It doesn't really have a trunk.
Well, put his ass.
You can lower down the rear seats
Yeah.
to make more room in the back. So is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'll actually just cuff both his hands, one to one side, one to the other, kind of like this.
Could you search him real quick and find out, or I could search him
You both can.
to make sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So
Wow,
what did you get?
the worst I've ever seen. 98.
89.
Damn,
Now
we
remember-
can't even search a crackhead.
Okay. So both of you guys, no, it's not that. You guys searched him. You guys just didn't find anything of interest.
Oh, gotcha.
So you patted him down, you turned his pockets inside out and everything, but you guys did not find anything.
So no cavity search?
You can, if you want, if you're up for it. If you don't think that's going to be...
Do I have gloves in my first aid kit at least?
Yeah,
I'm putting those gloves on.
I'll give it to you. Okay. He doesn't even jump or anything. He's so out of it. He just gives a little, grunt of discomfort. But you find nothing in there. Okay.
Okay, so she is traumatized, clearly.
And he's also
and
traumatized.
He's clearly in some kind of going through something. Is he muttering something that I can understand?
Now it's inaudible and it's very quiet now. It's like he's fading away on the inside. You hear police sirens pull up, and it looks like the cavalry has arrived. Your squad is there. Local authorities are there. The local law enforcement shakes both your hands and thanks you. Your buddies give you a pat on the back, and they're like, "Damn, that was a close one. Oh, what do you want to do about this asshole kind of deal? Should we take him back?"
We need to take him back. The local authorities don't have what it takes to deal with this.
Okay, so they grab the suspect from the rear of the SUV, haul him off, and then throw him in the back of their pickup, which has the LED sirens and everything. Now, meanwhile, you need to make a call to the mom and give her a status update.
I have a phone, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give the mom a call.
Hello.
Hi, this is Desmond. We actually just recovered your daughter. She's alive. She's well. A little bit malnourished, but she'll be okay.
Halfway through that, she starts breaking down into tears of joy. From what you can tell, she's very happy, and you can hear the husband in the background. What is it? And then says in French that you just assume that she says, "They found her. She's safe. Hello, is my daughter okay?"
She's fine. She's a little malnourished. She's a little scared, but she's fine.
Okay. Well, where is she going to be taken? Is it going to be here back at the hotel or at the police station? Tell me where I can go to meet her. You guys are really a mobile operation, so let's just say that they're going to take the daughter back to police headquarters of South Dakota.
Okay.
Now, Spectre, you...
I'm still searching the house for the pearl.
Oh, yeah.
Any other books or things of interest that I would see that would reference where this person would go, like what, any like receipts or something like that in the back, the pockets that show like plane tickets, anything like that would show like any trail, paper trail, like where this person...
All that's left are old storybooks, old cookbooks, and just dust and gravel. But there is no sign of the pearl.
Got it. Okay, well then I'm just call my boss and tell her, like, what's going on. Like, this is a shit show.
Okay.
Literally.
Susan Phillips Scott is not disappointed. She appreciates your efforts and taking on the task of finding the pearl. And she's glad that you were at least something good came out of you being on this mission, because you got to work with Desmond and you apprehended a criminal and you rescued a girl. She's glad that it wasn't all for nothing.
Okay.
And then,
well, I'll leave it at that. And if I see anything else or anything else comes up, please let me know.
Okay. And then so you slide your smartphone off, and then all of a sudden you get another call almost immediately. Actually, let's not make it a call. Let's just make it a simple text. The text says, "Congratulations, you have been invited to a night at the opera." And then there's a little green triangle at the end of that. And you simultaneously also get a text that says that you both received your text messages. You gave each other this look when you saw each other. Your affiliation with Delta Green is now out in the open. Following that shortly, as you guys slam the door to your SUVs, are instructions saying that a private jet is going to be available to transport the two of you at this small airfield. So you guys drive over there. This small jet plane is reserved for FBI agents and CIA agents, basically any agents who need to get from one place to another. You guys fly off, and it takes you about 5 hours to get from South Dakota to Santa Barbara, California. It is now 9 p.m. when you guys land in Santa Barbara, California. The temperature is in the low 30s, but you're doing fine because you're using the same warm clothes from the South Dakota incident. You each get a text to head down to Santa Barbara Harbor and find a ship called the Black Sheep. It's currently docked at Marina 1. This is Santa Barbara Harbor. Here, it's a real place. Section A is where you guys drove from the airport to the parking lot.
Okay.
And you're going to be slowly making your way around this area, all the way up here to these walkways. And the Black Sheep is going to be in this area here in Section B.
Okay.
It's fairly quiet as you pass Marina 2, 3, and 4. They have a variety of small to medium-sized boats using sails and motors. When you enter Marina 1, however, your view strictly becomes that of yachts. When you find the Black Sheep in Area B, you estimate that it's at least 100 feet in length.
Okay, so we see yachts. So Black Sheep's going to be a yacht.
Mm-hmm. Marina 1 is strictly yachts. This is what the yacht looks like. Now yachts, normal-sized yachts are usually 79 feet or less, at least in this time of year when models were being made. Mm-hmm. To be a super yacht, you need to be like 90 feet or larger, or at least over 79 feet. And that's what the Black Sheep is. It's a very fancy yacht. Spectre, since you are into fancy things, I need you to... Oh, and plus you're Australian too. And this is an Australian style yacht, which is why I'm singling you out for this. I need you to make an intelligence check under the pass.
42.
Great. Okay.
By the way, are there crit rolls?
Yes. Normally, when I tell you guys to make a roll, I just need you to tell me whether you pass or fail, instead of telling me the exact number. Unless you guys roll doubles, like if you roll a 99 or a 66. Anything with two numbers on it, you tell me, because that is either a crit fail or a crit pass. And,
got it.
Sometimes it yields great things or great bad things. Sometimes it's just treated as a normal success because there's nothing in the story for it.
Right.
But sometimes, if you hit that crit at the right spot
You
in
might
the story,
find a pearl.
or you might find Satan.
I'm sure that
So you pass, and you appraise this ship accurately. This vessel is a 2005 Australian super yacht worth at least $3 million. And you climb on board, and you find the doorway inside. Before you can knock, this attractive, dark-haired, short-haired woman wearing sunglasses greets you, and she says, "Okay, so you guys made it. It's not dark inside. It's very well lit. Soft white LED lights and everything, which is why she can get away with wearing sunglasses. Even though she's wearing pantsuits and looks official looking, she's very laid back. She goes ahead and invites you inside. The inside is very luxurious.
So this is like out of our scope.
This is out of the
We stepped
ordinary
up.
for you guys.
Yeah.
But you guys are pleased,
Yeah, it looks nice.
It's very nice.
So you're on a different payroll than us.
Agent Irene, she just smiles and invites you to have a seat. She pushes hot cocoa and green tea. Basically, you guys are about to have a briefing. You're sitting in this den kind of area. You're facing this flat screen up against the wall. There's some books on the side of it, very nice looking. Looks almost like a home theater. And Agent Irene is standing there. And she says, "I need you guys to check this out first, and then I'll get into what it is that you need to be doing and why you were contacted." You see a man wearing a suit, hands in his pocket, pacing on a makeshift stage. He's addressing a small crowd of people using a headset microphone. It's readily apparent that what you're watching is recorded from some sort of hidden body camera. In the beginning, Quentin Wilson Phillips said he believed, but then changed his mind, called me and your mother Eve crazy for preaching the words of our Lord. He had to be punished, and so I killed him. The speaker casually pulled one of his hands out and held up a vial of liquid for all to see. What was ours was never his, and what is his is now ours. We are the worthy. We shall all live like kings and queens before the time of Eve's prophecy comes. Behold her writings. From opposite ends of the stage, a scantily clad man and woman entered into view and slowly moved toward the speaker. They displayed in their hands what looked like binded stacks of documents. The lettering was a sensual kind of calligraphy, but what stood out was the fact that the ink it was written on glowed a strange purple hue. The audience cheered as the bearers of the glowing text arrived at the sides of the speaker. He snaked his hands around their waists and grinned wickedly. Whoever wore the body cam hesitantly clapped with the crowd, but did not cheer with them.
I'm thinking this is interesting. I'm not sure what this has to do with me.
Are we looking at some evangelical cult? What is this? I'm actually thinking this, and then I'm probably going to say out loud, I've seen something like that in South America. I don't know what that purple writing is, but what was that?
Agent Irene says, "Hold on a second. There's a little bit more that I need to tell you." The video you just watched was attached to an email meant for the FBI. The sender identified himself as a Dr. Mannheim Cornwall. Mannheim and two of his assistants conduct research on apocalyptic cults. For the past 6 months, they have been undercover followers of a faction called the Holy Science Fellowship. The religion of the Holy Science Fellowship mainly dealt with the world ending at midnight on New Year's Day 2017. The founders' names are Adam and Eve Atvar. Adam was the firm but always charismatic speaker who offered teachings and guidance to the flock. Eve was the gentler, motherly support figure who communed mysteriously with the cult's supposed god. Dr. Mannheim and his assistants came to an early conclusion that Adam and Eve were merely con artists. The research team didn't contact authorities for fraud right away. Their plan was to stay until New Year's so they could record the reactions of the cultists when nothing would happen. Then, 3 months ago, things started taking a disturbing turn. All 20 members of the cult moved from their dirty compound to a lavishly rich beach house in Carpinteria. Even with the money Adam and Eve have been leeching from the followers, they could never have afforded such a place. Both cult leaders also began to show signs of serious mental instability. Eve became withdrawn and reduced to a permanent dissociative trance. Fellowship members were assigned to feed and clean her regularly. Adam became prone to psychotic ranting, which deviated from his usual charismatic, fatherly figure self. According to Mannheim, the hidden video you just watched also showed his earliest symptoms of sex addiction. He would use his status to persuade followers to have sex with each other as well as himself. Because of Adam Advar's confession of murder, Dr. Cornwall emailed the FBI for help. It landed on the lap of an agent we have in the Bureau, and then sent to Delta Green right away when the glowing purple script revealed itself. For this operation, I need you to confiscate the documents with the glowing text. If you're able, take Adam and Eve Advar into custody as well.
So the Eve he's referring to is this Eve Advar.
Yes.
Is there a special way of handling these documents? So, glowing text and machines.
No special handling instructions. We have never had any of these in our hands. We would like to have these in our hands to study, because we don't know if they're dangerous. Now, these guys are located in Carpinteria, which is a little bit over an hour away from here in Santa Barbara. Carpinteria is very upper class. Rich people, mansions, or at least very expensive homes, there's going to be security cameras. Maybe there's going to be neighborhood patrols there.
So I can't just walk down the street with my M4 strapped to my shoulder.
Not unless you're going to Parkland.
Not the M4 that's registered to you, but we are going to provide you with a similar M4, similar tear gas, similar everything, except it can never be tied to you. So if you ever feel the need to drop it, surrender it in order to save your life or make this mission succeed, go right ahead. It's untraceable. Also, like I said, because this is an upper class neighborhood with probably a good amount of surveillance, I've included in your packs tactical gear. Tactical gear is basically dark clothing with numerous pockets and straps to strap stuff on. Right now you guys are in civilian clothes, and I need you to tell me if you want to go in there with civilian clothes or with the tactical clothes.
Okay, so
right off the bat,
clothes.
Yeah,
Civilian
I
clothes.
think that would be less
Conspicuous.
And what is our main job when we're doing it? Are we talking to people, or are we talking to...
I'm going to leave it up to you guys, is what Agent Irene is saying.
Because it means, like, if we're going in, like, with smoke bombs and, like, shooting people, then it's, like, a whole different story. Then I would be, like, tactical gear.
Exactly.
But if we're going to go, like, try to infiltrate the cult and talk to them, I'll just go civilian. That way, like, they have no idea what we're talking about. So
she also tells you that balaclavas are also included if you feel the need to wear that. Balaclavas are like ski masks, tactical ninja kind of hood things.
Right.
Is basically kind of what they are, but they can easily be raised up into a beanie. They can easily be lowered down into a neck warmer kind of deal to look unsuspicious.
That's how I wear mine.
I'll take one too.
I'll do the neck warmer.
Okay, just in case you guys want to preserve your identity.
I'll take it back.
One last thing, are you guys going to be wearing gloves, or are you going to keep your civilian... you can wear normal gloves, or...
I'll be wearing fingerless gloves.
Fingerless gloves?
I'll wear regular gloves.
Regular gloves, okay. Agent Irene also tosses 2 wallets on the fancy crystal table in front of you. So these are fake IDs, FBI badges, and also fake identifications that tie you to the FBI. We don't know what Dr. Mannheim or his 2 associates look like. They're not on the internet, by the way. Google search and everything. Apparently, these researchers are pros at what they do, infiltrating cults. And she tosses you that and explains that in case you run into them in that cult and you need to reveal that you're on their side, then you can use these. And it has your photographs on it. It has fake names, obviously, but it looks official in every other way. I need to find out if you guys want to approach by land or by water, because this place that you're going to in Carpinteria can be accessed either by land or water.
Land is less conspicuous.
When we're trying to infiltrate this cult, are we trying to impress them, or are we just trying to...
That is up to you.
Because can we show up in the yacht?
That is up to you. It is possible to use the yacht. That would be the water approach.
Let's do the yacht.
In the yacht it is.
You don't have to announce your arrival and everything. This is a very laid-back, rich, snobbish kind of place. And you can park the ship at the dock, and when you arrive there, there's going to be a kind of like a gate and a surrounding perimeter wall. And the gate is very intricately designed. It's metallic, but there's a weatherproof keypad there and an intercom system. Agent Irene gives you earwigs. She's going to have radio contact with you at all times, monitoring the situation.
Are there any kind of, like, call signs that they have? Any, like, code words that they talk to each other? Maybe light beam is blah, 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 or whatever the case may be? Or...
No
cult. There's nothing that we know of? Okay.
From the intelligence that Delta Green gathered while they were reviewing this case before you guys were contacted, this cult is not very complicated. They just believe that a Star Lord is going to save their souls once the world ended on New Year's Day 2017.
Most cults have a specific way of people joining. Can people just walk up and...
That's what I was asking. Like, if we're rich, affluent people, that we can donate this yacht to the cause and, you know, live as king and queens among you guys and blah, 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 blah.
According to the intel, since they believe that the world is going to end in the next couple of hours... Oh, by the way, it is around 11 o'clock now. You guys got to the harbor at 9:30. You guys watched the video. You guys had your briefing. But you took off and arrived there at around 11-ish because it's cold, the tide, and, you know...
So it's December 31st.
Yeah.
We do not have time to be, like, trying to infiltrate. We have to just get in and get out.
So far, no cultists, no guards. You do see security cameras. You can't tell if they're on or not. But so far, nobody's come out to meet you. There is no aggressive or suspicious activity. And finishing up on that intel, as far as Delta Green knows, they will still accept followers, up to this point even, but they don't require money. They don't require material wealth. They just require blood. And not like a murderous kind of deal, more like a blood oath, where they will take some kind of a knife, some sharp instrument to cut. They will shake hands with Adam Atbar himself, who will also cut his hand and show that whether your body is contaminated or not, he's not concerned at all about it, because since the world is about to end, we're all going to be together.
That's probably how I'll do it. Ding dong, I want to join.
You want to join? And do you want to do that too?
You're going to do the cut hand hepatitis?
Well, if it gets me to see the man, then I get to see the man.
It was all gravy until the slicing of my hand.
We may or may not slice our hands.
We may not get to that point.
Correct.
You guys push the buzzer to indicate that you're there, but nobody meets you. You can tell that the lights are on in this place. Let's just say you guys did a quick walk around of the place. And
So
this
it
is
looks
definitely
like
the
the entrance
front.
is up the stairs.
When you guys were outside taking a once over of this place, you hear this music. So there's some kind of sound or music that's playing inside. You
Can
guys
we
can come
quietly scale the wall right there next to the stairs?
Oh, you guys want to...
I'm going to scale the wall. Fuck it.
Good, yeah.
And
Scale
if
the
we
wall?
get caught in there, I'm like, oh, we were looking for the master. Or we were looking for Adam.
First, give me an athletics check. Each of you give me an athletics check to see if you climb the wall.
Oh, I failed terribly.
Okay. Fail. Oh, terribly? Did you get a double?
No doubles, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
60 versus 30.
Yes.
Just no. You passed? Okay. For Agent Greenpeace here, trying to get to the height of this ceiling is kind of like what you guys are going for. You managed to do it, but when you tried it, you slid back down. Your hands are kind of scraped up, but thankfully your gloves, took most of it, so you're not...
Can he grab my leg or whatever so he can climb, if I'm holding on? Just grab my leg.
I will let you have another athletics check, but you would have to take a few steps back, run up to the wall, and do a jump, and he'll have to try to catch you.
Okay.
So you do an athletics check first to see if you get the right height.
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you're over there and you're reaching over the balcony, and you make a run for it. You put your foot on the wall, and it gets a good grip, but your height isn't enough. And worse off is a piece of the wall broke off.
You know what? Let's split up.
I'm
go
going
through
through
the
the first
front,
floor.
and I'm just gonna go through the second. And if I find somebody, I find somebody. And I'll
Okay.
probably, shit, that's probably not terrible. But whatever.
I'm gonna let you relax for a bit because he's exploring the first floor. I have to go do the scenario first. So this is the first floor.
Okay.
Remember that the first floor had 2 doors leading inside.
Are they unlocked?
The keypads are glowing indigo, kind of like the keypad over there in the back when you guys approach from the dock.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're not red, they're unlocked. You just got to push a button to enter it.
Well, I'm going to inspect 1A, because I'm going to be there momentarily.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Now this music is, to you it sounds mysterious, but also simultaneously pleasant sounding. It is not coming from this level. It is coming from somewhere up above, is what you're getting at. This is the living room area. There's expensive-looking couches and glass tables here. Neatly folded blankets and pillows are on the couch. Suggests that there's also a chance that this place serves as a sleeping quarters of some kind. A few smartphones are about, but they're all screen-locked. There's glass jars with scented candles, and they're also attractively grouped and placed around the room. The pleasant smells of orange and vanilla lightly hang in the air. I need you now to make an alertness check.
Okay. Fail.
Alright, and then next I need you to make a search check.
Also fail.
Okay. Other than what I described, there is nothing of interest in this room.
And you said the blankets are folded, yes?
Neatly folded.
Okay. I'm going to move on to 1B then.
This is an actual bedroom. If it weren't for the 3 single XL beds and extra mattresses on the floor, this would actually be considered spacious. There are nightstands present with more scented candles neatly grouped on them. On a wall, you see a large framed picture. In this picture are 20 people posing in front of the beach house on a bright sunny day. In the center are Adam and Eve Advar. Eve is in a wheelchair and looks dazed, staring ahead at nothing. Adam is behind her, clutching the bars of the wheelchair and broadly smiling. Suddenly the lights in this room flicker.
Then I'm going to check out 1C.
Okay. 1C is the bathroom. This bathroom has condoms in the toilet and wastebasket. Sex toys and a few pills are sprawled on the sink counters.
Do I recognize the pills?
If you have pharmacy or medicine, please tell me.
Pharmacy is 50.
Between your pharmacy and your intelligence, which is the better roll?
Intelligence is 60, so that would be better.
Okay, make an intelligence roll.
Fail.
You cannot identify what kind of pills they are, but you assume that they're party pills.
Okay. By looking at the condoms, can I see if they're filled or not?
Some of them are filled and tied off at the end.
Okay.
You notice that the candles around the place that are making the place smell really pleasant are hiding the smell of what you would assume would be
sex. Yeah. It smells of sex, basically.
What other places do you want to search on this first floor?
Well, I'm going to search 1D, then 1E.
1D is just a normal storage that contains a vacuum, towel, and house slippers. However, when you get to 1E, this storage area contains suitcases and a tripod-mounted camcorder leaning against the wall in the back.
I'm going to check the suitcases and turn the camcorder on and see if there's anything recorded on it.
The suitcases are locked by either a combination lock or those little travel padlock. When you try to lift them up, they're very light. You don't know for sure what's inside.
Am I able to flip the padlocks off?
You can break them off if you want.
I'm going to break them off.
On all of them or just some of them?
A few, see what's in those, and if there's things of interest in all of them.
You break into a few of them, and there is nothing of interest there. Lingerie, some family photos, hairbrushes, nothing out of the ordinary.
Are any of the family photos of the people that are in the original picture from 1B?
No.
Just other people? Okay.
Just other people.
Alright. Check the camcorder.
When you switch on the camcorder, there is a blue menu screen, and it says that there are 3 video files in here.
Okay. What are the lengths of the video files?
It does not save.
Okay.
It just says video 1, video 2, video 3.
Turn on video 1 then.
Video 1. The first video is dated November 8th, 2016. You see a man having sex with a young woman on the center bed of this room while other people are gathered around. You assume these are cultists. The ones on the bed are in a doggy-style position with the woman on her knees and elbows. As she moans and groans, her eyes are fixed to a tablet device in her hands, playing a video of a child splashing in the waters of a beach. You recognize Adam Atvar as his voice cuts in. He is no longer part of your life, Jane. We are the ones that matter. We are the free and worthy children of the stars. I need you now to make a sanity test. This is a very unusual and also disturbing thing that you're seeing.
Fail.
Subtract 1 from your sanity.
59.
That's video 1. Do you want to continue? Or
Video 2. Now, the Adam Edvar, it was just a voice, it wasn't the actual man, yes?
Yes, it was just his voice, but you can tell that he was recording by how close the volume of his voice and all that. You can tell easily. Video 2. The second video is dated September 3rd, 2016. The camera angle is looking down at a small table and focusing on a calligraphy pen. You realize Eve Advar is recording this time when she starts talking about her admiration for this pen. Expertly twirling it into a writing position, the woman says to herself, "Now let's see what bullshit I can come up with this time for these losers." When the tip of this pen touches the paper laid out on the table, you hear a gasp, and the camera falls harshly on the desk. Lying on its side, it's still recorded and showed Eve's hands writing. There is a faint purplish light where the pen was assumed to be making contact with the paper on the desk. Once in a while, Eve's other hand would lazily slide a glowing page aside in order to write on a fresh piece of paper. You fast forward, noting that the timestamp on the display screen showed her doing this continuously for 3 hours. Make another sand check, please.
Pass.
Pass, good. Adam Advar is heard coming into the room and is confused to find Eve in her state. You see him pick up a page of glowing text that Eve wrote, and he starts to giggle in a way you don't find amusing. He picks up another and reads, and another, and another, giggling softly all the while. That's video 2.
And then I'm going to watch video 3.
Video 3, the final one. The third video is also dated September 3rd, 2016. There is an elderly man lying dead in a lavish bedroom. His face is fixed in an expression of horror that makes your skin crawl. Sanity check.
Fail.
Okay. The camera moves closer to the dead guy's face, and Adam Advar's voice can be heard, taunting. "Hope you found your drink delicious, you crazy fool." And here comes Eve. "Babe, come take a look at this." The camera looks up and sees Eve Advar, vibrant and skipping and smirking, into view. She holds up a small pen, and Adam says, "Fancy," in a playful, snobbish tone. "I'm going to try it out," Eve said. "I'm going on a tour and check out our new house of worship," replied Adam. And the camera gets tossed to Eve's deft hands before cutting off.
I'm going to take the camera with me and search 1F.
1F is merely the closet that contains dress items, but nothing special. Give me a luck roll.
Luck roll?
Get a 50 or under.
Okay. Fail.
You turn around, getting ready to leave, and you notice that there is somebody at the door, looking at you in shock.
Which door?
The door to
Okay.
leading back to the living room.
Okay.
And then that's where your scene pauses.
I entered the second balcony, right?
Yes.
2-8.
Now for you, since you're at a higher level, the music sounds different. So even though it sounds a little bit clearer here, it's still muffled, which means that it can only mean that the music is coming from the third upper floor.
Yeah.
Again, it's very mysterious sounding, but also pleasant at the same time. There is nothing sinister looking in this second floor. It's very richly decorated. There are groups of scented candles just like the ones on the first floor. Expensive couches have been pushed against the walls to make room for neatly rowed sleeping bags on the floor. The walls have remarkable oil paintings, but aren't anything out of the ordinary. I need you to make an alertness check real quick.
I have to get 20 or below, right?
20 or below if that's your alertness.
Fail.
Okay.
Mine were always by 2 to 6 points.
Now I need you to make a search check.
I pass.
While you're going through the stuff in this living room, you manage to find the belongings of Dr. Mannheim Cornwall. You know it's Dr. Mannheim looking at these IDs because it says his name on there and it says his picture, but it doesn't say that he's a researcher, but it has a home address. You don't know if this is a fake ID or not, so now you'll be able to identify him if you ever run into him here in this area.
Okay. My next action is searching 2B.
2B is the dining room. This dining room has a long table with a nice spread of food that's been eaten. Roasted chickens, fruits, salads, and cakes are present. There are also plates that have been eaten off and have yet to be taken to the kitchen for washing. You hear a sound off to the side and you see a woman exit out of the bathroom at 2C. She locks eyes with you and freezes, shocked at your presence.
I'm looking for Adam and Eve.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm here for the ceremony. Midnight.
Are you new cult members?
Yeah.
Why do you have a gun?
I'll give it up to him whenever I get there.
Well, it's not like I get told what goes on here when it comes to the big stuff, so I guess that's okay. You end up from going from 2B to taking you over here to 2E. There's a patio out here in 2E. She's taking you to go see. You're reaching a very crucial point. We have to get Greenpeace's area out of the way. This person that's on this doorway that you just noticed is a cult member, and he is not happy to see you. He looks like he is about ready to fight. He's just bunching up his fist right now. This guy's Asian, by the way.
Okay. As though that makes a difference.
For story's sake, sure. He's fairly well built. He's wearing nothing but boxers.
Who are you?
Who are you? What the hell are you doing here?
I came to join, but no one answered the intercom.
What do you have in that bag?
It's just some clothes. I was looking to see if there was anyone here that I could talk to.
Bullshit. He starts walking up to you real fast. I need you to tell me how you're going to handle this.
I'm going to pull my 1911A1 on him.
Do you want to say anything, or you just want to see how he reacts to it?
Just see how he reacts.
He takes a swing at you.
I'm trying not to metagame, that's all my call.
He takes a swing at me, huh?
Yeah. And he hits you. With his fist, he does 1 damage.
Now, if I pistol whip him, is that armed or unarmed combat?
It's part of your fist.
Okay.
I'll let it go. So do you want to pistol whip him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
2 damage. And this guy's still coming at you.
So I don't knock him out? Okay.
You didn't get knocked out. That is a crit miss. You were able to catch his fist, and if you'd like, you can restrain him, or you can break his arm.
I'll restrain him.
Do you want to throw him up against the wall or on the floor?
I'm going to slam him up against the wall.
Okay. He is still struggling, but he's under your control.
Okay. I'm going to cuff him together.
Okay.
So.
Let me go right now! And he's yelling. The cuffs are on, and he's totally restrained.
Okay. I'm going to do a blood choke. Make him pass out.
Since he's restrained, I'm going to let that happen.
Okay.
He is out of the picture.
Is there any way for me to get up to the 2nd floor from here?
The way to get to the 2nd floor would only be now through the front door.
Okay.
No more climbing attempts for you.
Is there a way for me to pick the door lock open?
No, this keypad is very sophisticated. It's blue, but basically it's unlocked.
Okay. I'll slowly open the door.
Okay. When you enter the door, you see just in time Searchlight taken to the patio. Searchlight, I can tell you right now that Adam Atvar and the professor are out there on the patio. Everybody is lounging around. Your presence doesn't alarm anyone.
Are they having sex?
No.
Are they naked?
Some are partially clothed. The professor is partially clothed. Adam Atvar is clothed. And he seemed kind of amused at you being brought in. He says, "What have we here?"
Well, I'm trying to join your cult.
You wish to be part of our flock. Are you squeamish when it comes to blood?
No.
Give me your hand. So he takes out this ceremonial-looking dagger. Take off the glove, and then he slices your hand. Take off 1 hit point.
Okay, so this motherfucker's cutting me.
That's probably how Ding Dong will join.
You want to join?
We may or may not slice our hands.
We may not get to that point.
Correct.
So I look at the blood and
Okay.
I bleed.
He looks at you approvingly. After he gives you that look of approval, he shows you the ceremonial knife with your blood, then raises his hand up so that you can see that he's for real going to cut his own hand.
How many scars on his arm?
Couple. And some are fresh. He has no problem with them being reopened or anything.
Wow.
He does not flinch. There's no indication of any pain at all. He cuts the right one in order to shake your hand. And he says, "Welcome, brother. The time is almost nigh for the world to end, and you have just made it in time to be saved." He gestures like this. You see a clock, and it says 11:40 on it, so 20 minutes till midnight. Now, what are we going to do about your gun? Right there, new brother.
Do you want me to throw it?
Yes.
I'm going to go to the balcony and toss it as far as I can like a boomerang.
Excellent.
Is there any writings that I need to know, or language in the afterlife?
The prophecies of Eve are kept in a special place upstairs where she guards them.
May I see, Mother? Can I use persuasion?
I'll allow it.
Ooh, yes, I did it.
You are a unique one, aren't you? Very well then. He makes a gesture to who you recognize as Dr. Mannheim. Dr. Mannheim catches his eye in his gesture, and he approaches. Adam Atwater gives instructions to have Mannheim take you upstairs to the 3rd floor. But in the meantime...
Do they want me to strip or anything?
No stripping, no nothing. You're good.
No dick out?
No dick out. No, Adam is good. This whole thing is very amusing to him, but he doesn't sense any threat from you. He's not picking any bad vibes from you at all. He is really just absorbed in his flock, enjoying themselves, drinking Cristal, jacuzzi, making out in the patio, and there's nobody's crashing the windows or no helicopters are flying. He's very into the moment. While that's happening, what do you do?
I'm going to figure that he's fine and I'm going to go to the 3rd floor.
You're going to reach the 3rd floor first, so I'm going to take care of you. You make it to the base here, I'll just say, right here at the moment, while Greenpeace is here. You climb the stairs and you end up here.
Okay.
Now, Greenpeace, you definitely know that the music is coming from here, and it sounds like this. The little metal clanks, the industrial sounds. You don't know what to make of it, but you get no bad vibes from this kind of music.
Okay, cool.
It's definitely modern. It is not some weird cult thing that was recorded in the 1930s. Yeah, none of that. It's not Indiana Jones shit. It's very modern, soothing, new age kind of music. Okay, you've climbed up to a hallway that leads to 2 doors. The closest one to you is halfway open. The other door is closed. The music is coming from the one that is halfway open.
Can I peek in it without actually entering the room?
From what you can see, there is a portion of a table visible, some fancy wallpaper, and...
What kind of table? Is it like a writing table, a desk?
It looks kind of like the table that you saw Eve writing in one of those videos. It's very lavish and nice looking.
Okay. We'll slowly walk into the room.
The lights flicker again.
Interesting.
Just probably 2 heartbeats longer than the last time, though.
Interesting.
The music also stuttered. It becomes aware to you that there are people down the stairs behind you.
Coming up?
Yeah. When you look, you see that it is Searchlight and one other. Now that you get a good look at him, you see that this man that is with Searchlight was in the video that you saw earlier. He was the man fucking the girl. How do you react to seeing them coming up the stairs? Oh, by the way, the man, he seemed kind of mystified to see you up there and looks questioningly at Searchlight. What is your reaction real quick to seeing the confused look and the look to Searchlight?
I'm going to wait and let them approach.
Okay.
To make sure that he's okay.
Oh, you met Mother too.
Not yet, I have not.
No.
Were you also invited by Father Avar up here?
And no, I was actually looking for him.
Are you two friends? Do you know each other?
No, we do not.
I would advise you to go down and see Father Advar first. Not everybody can come up here, and if you were caught here, it would definitely cause great offense and suspicion. We don't want that at this time. We're at a very crucial point of a celebration.
I'm gonna pull out the camcorder and say, I would really like to see the manuscript that's actually on this recording.
Oh my god. So, you're gonna expose this?
Dr. Cornwall's face pales. He looks like he's just seen a ghost. And he goes, Who are you? Who are you really? How did you get this? Oh my god.
What is that? I'm gonna say that too. What is that?
Is it gonna fake?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you react?
I found this downstairs and I was looking for someone to talk to introduce me to what is going on here.
Please tell me you're not here to blackmail me. Please don't tell me that...
No, not at all, not at all. I was just interested in what I found on this camcorder and I actually would like to see the manuscript.
Could I please have the camera?
Here, take it. Just show me the manuscript, please.
I'll hold it from so he doesn't blackmail you.
Thank you, please.
I'm gonna put it in my bag.
No one has seen me thus far.
I'm willing to show you.
I understand.
What's up here?
I understand.
When you open this door, you two find yourselves in the master bedroom. Eve is sitting behind a small table staring blankly ahead. She's slack-jawed with dark, sunken eyes. Her skin, although clean, was abnormally pale. She's completely still except for one hand holding a calligraphy pen and writing with a life of its own. Next to Eve was a young man, and startled by your intrusion. And then by the bed is a young woman, and she is holding in her hands an MP3 player connected to speakers, and it looks like she was pleasantly enjoying herself when she intakes her breath and realizes that there's new people in the room.
Are these the naked people from the movie that we first saw? Like the little half scantily
clad man and woman?
No, these were not the video in your video briefing.
Okay.
I need both of you to make sanity tests and tell me if you pass or fail.
Ooh, 38. What is that? Where's my sanity?
I fail.
Okay.
Critically.
Where's sanity? 38. Okay, I passed.
You pass, you take 1 point of sand damage. Normally the roll here, if you failed, would be 1d6, but because you crit failed, you automatically suffer the maximum amount. 6.
From my sanity?
Yes, 6 from your sanity.
Jesus Christ.
Now,
my partner is slowly but surely becoming beautiful mind.
now, because you lost 5 or more sanity in one test, you just had a temporary insanity episode. So, fight, flight, or submit.
1.
Fight! What is your unarmed combat, sir?
60.
60. Get a 60 or under in order to strike Dr. Cornwall.
I got a 2.
Can I deflect it or stop him from doing that? Or
I will let you make a dexterity check
okay,
to try and block that.
I failed.
Okay, you flip out. You see that, and you take one look at that. You take one look at Dr. Mannheim, and then cultist. Weird evil girl. How do you want to hit him?
Probably backhand.
What are you doing?
Wait, hold on. Make another dexterity roll real quick. Pass or fail? Pass. You catch Dr. Mannheim in your hand before he can tumble down the stairs.
Okay.
So you struck him. He caught him. He Jackie Chan'd him off to the side safely.
I don't know what happened. Something just came over me.
I'm in fighting stance still.
Okay, you hear a commotion. You see the man beside Eve at far. He's joined her behind the table at her side. He has a nervous look on his face. The woman with an MP3 player drops it and rushes over to Eve's other side, and they're both really concerned and looking at you guys.
Where's the music coming from?
The MP3 player.
Okay.
It's coming out of the speakers. But anyways, they seem more scared than hostile towards you. They seem like they want to protect Eve. because they just saw an act of violence. You assume that these are caretakers from the briefing video when it was talking about Eve running into a catatonic state and there were fellow worshippers assigned to care for her and clean her.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to help him. Mother, may I see your writings?
Eve doesn't respond. Meanwhile, Dr. Atvar, he's like, oh, this is too much. As you were making that choice to talk to Eve, he's still in pain, and he already wasn't sure about Greenpeace here. Now he's totally freaked out. He got struck in the face, he got slammed against the wall by you, and now he took off. He didn't take off for the front door. It looked like he took off for the living room.
Living room as in downstairs living room?
Downstairs living room.
Yeah, he's running downstairs now.
Eve does not respond to you. The male responds, if you're here for the final hours, stay here in peace and all will be revealed when the hour comes of Eve's prophecy. And we'll just say it is 11:53 p.m. now.
Is there any purple writing anywhere in sight?
There is purple writing in sight. As a matter of fact,
can I cell phone it?
When you lift your phone to take a cell phone picture of it, I need you to make a sanity check. Because you're coming in clear contact this time with this text.
Fail.
I need you to roll 1d6.
It's 1d6.
1.
1. Okay, -1 for you. That is an unnatural sanity attack, so there is no check boxes for you guys because it's only for helpless or violence, which is like real world normal stuff. This is unnatural, supernatural stuff, and humans can never adapt to that. And as you take pictures of this text, your hand shakes. The text looks like a very fancy calligraphy, like
Arabic or something?
No, not even Arabic. It looks like Middle Ages, except it's very swirly.
Oh,
and,
like Lord of the Rings-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
But instead of like elfin writing, it's more our old English writing.
Gotcha.
But it glows like elven runes in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow.
In a purple hue. All you know is that there's old English looking letters here that are glowing, but you can't read it as of this moment. Your mind just can't join the right nerves together to start reading this because it's just, jittery from exposed to this supernatural.
Can I grab a piece of paper?
Thing. Are you done taking pictures?
Yeah. I threw that in my pocket and I'm just like going to reach for the paper and put it in my bag.
Okay, you're able to do that. As you're doing that, there's a trail of ink that gets smeared off.
I'm grabbing as many of those papers as I can and just putting them.
As many as you can.
Yeah, just a stack. I'm sure she's been writing like this for like years or whatever, months. So I'm like.
Is there anything that you'd like to do? I mean, there's still more rooms here.
We need to take her with us just to make sure that she's okay.
Could you wait until after midnight? Please? Please, we just want to ascend.
Okay. I will wait the 7 minutes.
There is no more paper under the pen that Eve is writing with, and it's just there. It's no longer writing. It's just resting in her fingertips, and it has totally stopped moving. Occultists don't try to stop you at all. Their main concern is Eve, and because the hour is at hand, they don't seem to be worried about the writings anymore. Maybe they think that they'll see the writings afterwards when they ascend or whatever.
I'm going to tell him he needs to watch video on the camcorder.
Okay. And so
search the room. We need to remember what we're supposed to. What we're here for.
You already got what we were here for, but we need Adam and Eve now, which is why I wanted to take Eve.
Are we arresting them?
That is up to you.
Are we supposed to?
They were our secondary objectives.
Yeah, they're your secondary. They're not a priority.
Are they? Do they have to be DOA? She's probably easily dead. But no, I'm just seriously.
It's up to you guys to put over.
Okay, well, how about this?
We need to take him alive.
How about that? What I'm gonna do is you stay right here. I'm gonna go get Adam.
Okay.
I'm gonna run downstairs in the panic, and I'm gonna tell him. No, I'm fine. I'm gonna tell him, Adam, we need Mother's calling for you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get him up here, and then when I get in here, lock the door right behind us when we get in.
Do I see anything of interest in this room before?
You see that there are 2 doors that are closed, which haven't been opened, and a obvious door, a glass door to the balcony outside.
I'm just gonna be waiting behind the door. Keep
Okay.
it locked. We can explore these rooms later.
Okay. Searchlight, you go downstairs. What was your plan?
Father Edward, Mother is calling for you.
So sure. And you see Dr. Mannheim cowering behind him.
The man
So-
attacked him, and she's calling for you.
Right. You see 5 cultists stand up. There was over 10 in the balcony lounging around, but 5 of them are looking at you very darkly right now. They look like they're getting ready to fight you. The other cultists, the ones lounging in the jacuzzi, drinking Cristal, they seem a little bit nervous, but they're not advancing towards you like 5 of these cultists are.
I'm just gonna say he has a video. He has a mother. He has her up there.
Adam Advar takes a glass of champagne and
5.
the first cultist takes a swing at you. 36. Okay, she misses. Exclaim. 17. Okay, this white female hits you. Subtract 1 hit point. This white guy comes up to you. Tries to clothesline you or something. And he hits. Okay, 1 hit point. I guess you're lucky that this is unarmed combat.
Yeah.
They didn't pick up like a butcher knife. 2 more to go. Here comes another white guy. And he misses. And finally a Mexican guy. What do you want to do about this? You wanna
We
run?
have to bring this dude back.
He is a secondary objective. Your main objective
Has
are
already
the
been
papers.
fulfilled.
What I'm gonna do is flight. I'm gonna run upstairs and lock the door behind me.
You run upstairs, and they get pursuit as Adam Advar is laughing. He's very amused about all this. You slam the door behind you.
What happened?
There's 5 of them behind me. They're trying to kill me.
That fell
It's
out
up to
my
you.
assault rifle.
Yeah.
Okay, is
that's
that
fine.
you're gonna do that?
Mm.
Okay. There's this big commotion, and there's people outside. This door is pretty thick, though.
What time is it?
It's 11:59. And these are fancy, rich oaken doors. They're not like these stucco, these
Yeah.
easily things that you can punch a hole into with your own hand.
Thank God.
Kind of deal. They're very sturdy. They'll be able to withstand, especially since they're all crammed in that stairway,
Right.
and not all of them can hit the door at the same time. It's just whoever's in the lead,
Yeah.
and they're fanatics. They're not like SWAT
Organized,
officers.
yeah.
They don't have like a
Okay.
shotgun that'll shoot the handle to get in.
Angry mob.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna look at the Eve and the culty people and say, when's this ascension?
They don't even answer you right now. The man and woman all have their eyes on the clock. The caretakers have both risen up, are looking with this expression of joy and hope on their face. The whole thing about you coming in there and you pulling out your automatic weapon, they don't even realize that you pulled out your assault rifle. Their eyes are glued and have so much hope and joy on their face, tears streaming down.
Is she still trying to write with this pen?
She is still staring blankly at both of you.
But is the pen
well,
still moving? or-
No, not at all. It's completely still. There's no paper under it to write on. It's just in contact with the desk. So it's 11:59, and the music staggers and stutters. The lights in this bedroom flicker, and even the candles in this room, because every room had scented candles and everything. Strangely enough, you notice that this entire room flickered, which means that the candles also had to have flickered also in order for this to happen.
I look at him and I say, what the fuck is going on? It's been doing this all night with me.
I don't know what the fuck. Maybe it's a power surge. But either way, if they get through that door, light them up.
Oh, I'm already on it.
I'm gonna grab the one piece of paper that was like the last one she was writing on and put it underneath her
Pen to see if it right.
and see if she's gonna keep writing.
Okay. You don't see the clock at all, but as you move to do that, it turned 12 o'clock, and right where Eve Atvar was, this woman who was slack-jawed, out of it, comatose, catatonic state, she's totally not like that anymore. She has completely transformed, and something else has taken her place.
Transform.
As in physically or mentally?
It vaguely resembled what should have been Eve Atvar.
I knew you should have shot her. I fucking knew it. I said shoot the bitch. I was like, I knew it.
The candles come on, but not the electricity.
I knew it.
That is what Eve Advar looks like now.
I knew you should have shot her in the head.
As you were about to slide over, expecting Eve Advar to be there and finding that thing in her place.
I'm like, what the fuck? That's what I said out loud.
Okay, so you hear that, and you, in your periph, you see him backing up. How do you want to act? Give me a quick action.
I'm gonna turn and see what he's backing up from with my weapon pointed in that direction.
You see what used to be Eve Advar there, and she is no longer holding the pen. The pen is just off on the side somewhere, and she just has her hands on the table. But she is now looking slowly back and forth at you guys. In the meantime, the caretakers are somewhat in a state of confusion. They're still glancing at the clock, confused. They look at their hands, and then they see what used to be Eve Advar in the candlelight, and they scream in terror. The guy yells, the girl screams, and the scream causes a sudden reaction. She hits the woman off to her right, and she crashes through the glass door onto the balcony, and then she snarls at the male caretaker and grabs him, brings him over like this, and then just snarls at his face, no longer paying attention to you guys. Okay, now real quick, one more sand check from you guys.
I missed it by 2 points.
I failed.
Take 1d6 sand damage. What should be?
Ooh.
Oh shit! It's a 5.
2.
Okay, you're good. But Jordan,
You, on the other
he has
hand,
a special. He has a temporary insanity moment because he had a 5.
I'm gonna try to fight.
That is going to be your temporary insanity moment. Roll 1d4 because you're going to be attacking the closest one that attacks you, and because of that whole snatching the guy thing, odds it's going to be Eve. Evens it's going to be the male caretaker. So you're going to freak out on him.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, knock him out.
Okay. First of all, I need you to roll your actual unarmed combat to see if you hit him.
Oh.
Because you might have missed.
60. Shit.
Okay, so you went over?
Yeah, by 8.
Okay, so it's a fail,
Okay.
and you made an attempt to strike, but apparently while she was snarling at him, she lifts him up and takes a bite off of his shoulder, which is what moved him out of the way of your fist.
Okay.
And he screams this time. No more manly yelling. He screams in utter terror.
Is her mouth still on him, or did she rip off?
All you know is that she put her mouth on his shoulder and just assumed that was a huge bite of something sharp, because the amount of blood, because it splashed on your hand too. It didn't just get on his chest. Some of it, like somebody spilled a drink, and it splashed on your hand. Burst fire will automatically consume three bullets.
Yeah.
Normally you would roll 1d3 if it was just pow or semi-auto pow pow pow.
Mm-hmm.
But here you're going to be doing a brrrt shot, and it's going to be an automatic -3, but it'll give you access to that lethality. Go ahead and try to make a lethality.
With a percentage?
Yes. Try to get your lethality score.
No, hell no. I got a 97.
Okay, no, it's all good.
Hell no.
You still get to roll damage, so roll the damage of your weapon.
1d12?
This is
once?
this is what the 3 bullets do.
4.
4. Okay, good.
Can I grab the pen and stab her in the head?
I don't know if I should make this melee or unarmed. I guess because it's so small.
The pen?
Yeah, so small and light.
It's
Yeah.
a crit and it's...
Okay, so with the pen, I'm going to give you an automatic score.
I stabbed her in the head, and she's still.
She's still coming.
She still has her teeth sunk in, and the guy is...
I'm backing the fuck up.
By the way, the pen is fixated in her head.
Like,
You can't pull it out.
No,
That's
it's
tough.
fine.
So do you want to keep it
I
there?
realized it didn't budge. I'm getting the fuck out away from her.
Okay. When that happens, it provokes a reaction from her.
God.
And she looks like she's taking a deep inhale. She opens her mouth, and this comes out. Immediately, your earwigs burst into sparks. You hear a crunching sound, Traherne, in your bag. You don't know what it is, but it sounded like an electronic device just fizzled. Take 1 damage first. 1 damage from your hit points. And then after you subtract 1 from your hit points, make sanity checks. You have just been attacked by an unnatural.
I fail miserably.
Okay.
So did I.
Both of you take 1d4 damage to your sand.
Ooh, 4.
Okay. Oh, at least it's not a 5 and you don't freak out.
So I took 3. Oops.
Has anybody reached their breaking point?
No.
What is the breaking
Yeah,
point?
what is the breaking point?
The breaking point is the red number on your right next to your sanity.
Oh, wait.
Almost. Very close.
Okay.
Actually, yes, I did hit it.
You hit it.
Let me have
Okay.
this.
I literally just hit it with that 1 point.
Okay. Well, after Ryu does his stuff, then I will explain to you what that does. Oh, by the way, you guys are deaf. That sonic attack not only caused your earwigs to pop into little sparks, but also you guys cannot hear. You picked up a disorder. And, it's not going to trigger now, but it will later.
Paranoia.
It could be paranoia if you like. It could be that, or you can roll a dice to see what it is.
Let's roll the dice. Let's keep it fun.
Give me a 1d6.
1.
1. You, later on down the line, will suffer amnesia. Traherne is not going to remember this operation at all. And the only way to remember this operation is if he makes a successful intelligence check. But after this op is over and you get back to your normal life, if you make it out of here alive and
I
get back
might
to your
not
normal
want to remember.
Yeah, you might not.
Cannibalistic, psychopath.
Screaming bitch. And I don't even want to know how you made that
Is
out
she
of your
dead?
She's still alive and functioning because she just unleashed the sonic attack at you.
This is actually fun.
Oh, good.
A lot of fun.
He's like,
You were the faster one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get attacked first. What would you like to do?
wheelchair. I can't pick up and throw
There
it.
was no wheelchair. She was sitting in a chair.
Oh, I thought she was sitting in a wheelchair.
If it's a
In
regular
the
chair,
picture frame that you saw.
if it's a regular chair, I'm gonna Buffy the Vampire Slayer her ass. I'm just like,
You quickly move past her to grab that chair. It's got to be a melee weapon. What is your melee?
oh,
Oh, he didn't make it either way. It's 94.
there's no way I can unless I'm fucking.
So you try to pick up the chair and swing it at her, but you bang the desk instead, and then that's the result of that.
I'm gonna fire a single shot into her.
Single shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Subtract 1 from your ammo.
Okay.
Miss. It goes past her somewhere up against the wall. She turns and looks viciously at you. She strikes you
And a crit.
for 4 points of damage. I can't roll this anymore. She automatically gets the maximum. So your face just got blasted by her fist. In the midst of all this combat, just with a glance that the door is no longer violently shaking. So you're assuming that after that horrible, unholy screech, that everybody's like, oh shit.
Fuck it, I'm gonna burst her ass.
Burst.
Miss.
41, okay, no lethality there.
6.
But she took one in the bicep, one in the shoulder, and one where her jaw meets her skull. She is knocked off her feet and falls sideways to the ground. She looks like she's out of commission. No longer moving, definitely bleeding, and but she doesn't even twitch or anything. She is just unmoving. She felt like a sack of potatoes.
Okay, let's just go down the stairs. You go first because you have the gun.
I'm gonna hand him one of my 1911A1.
Tell me what your goal is. Are you trying to exit
We're
the
trying to
building,
exit.
or are you trying to look for Adam?
Adam
or
can go
innocent
fuck
friends?
himself. We're exiting.
He's gonna be a goddamn demon, and I'm like over it.
So your goal is to come down here, exit here,
Yep.
and go all the way around because the pier and all that stuff is back here, and the black sheep is waiting there
Okay.
because this is the rear entrance. Both of you give me a luck roll.
50 and below.
15 below.
I got an 8.
You go down there in single file, and there is nobody to confront you, either on the stairway, on the living room, or out in the front lawn or the street. Now you guys are slowly making your way to the side of this house. Give me another luck roll.
Dad, you gotta come through because I'm gonna roll like a 90 something.
47.
You see nothing here but palm trees and palm bushes and just gently swaying grass and stuff like that that you passed earlier on. It's clear there's no signs of anybody there. Nosy neighbors, cultists, or anything of sinister of the like. Now you're in the back area. You're going to be making your way to that decorative metal gate. Go ahead and give me one more luck roll.
42.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Coast is clear. You don't know where Adam Apfar is. You don't know where those other cultists are. You guys make your way to the black sheep, and Irene is there, and she's waving, and you can see her mouth moving like she's yelling.
Did our hearing come back?
Yeah, no. Your hearing is fine now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like tonight?
No, sorry, my bad. What I meant was when you see Agent Irene's mouth moving, but you can't hear her, I meant that she's far away, and the sound of the waves are drowning her yells at you.
Okay.
But as you draw closer, you're now able to hear her. Once you reach her, she's like, "What happened? The radio cut off. Are you okay? Did you get the documents?"
I'm going to open up my bag and hand it to her.
You see this, the documents are definitely there, but there's this smell of singed paper. You see that your digital tape recorder is fried, but the camcorder is okay. You guys are just putting it together that sonic attack just affected anything that can hear.
I was like, I'm sorry, I don't even remember much of it, so don't ask me.
What is your response to this whole thing once you meet Agent Irene? And
You need to send the military in there and clean it up. There were orgies on the video. I don't remember what was on the second and the third. I just remember that there was the dude with you, Searchlight, was fucking another cult member.
Which one?
I don't know. They never said.
did any of you ever find Dr. Mannheim or his associates?
Oh, he attacked him. You attacked the man.
Yeah, I did.
You attacked Mannheim and
Oh,
he
that was
ran to
Mannheim?
Adam. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why I was like, what are you doing? Why do you think I was trying to defend him? I tried to defend him. He just went insane for a second, attacked him. Then I went insane for a second and attacked the cultists. They have some way of twisting your mind. That's something you probably need to put in the data as well. I definitely don't feel sane.
You hear this boop boop from Agent Irene's pocket, and she just pulls out her smartphone, takes a look at it, and then she looks at you, and she goes, "Team Sierra is already carrying out the cleanup process." And then you hear this.